Hey guys, this is how to fix your lawnmower when it's wide open. Cobra Lawnmower's over here. He's going to describe all this. So, we're going to do a video on this. So,
okay, this one's been modified a little bit. It's pretty rigged up. And it's, wow, that's bad. It's full gas. That's great for your floor. Okay, yeah, like you said, if your mower gets stuck with the throttle wide open, like, you know, it'll go straight to 10 grand, it'll just pinpoint out, then you need to definitely look into it. If your governor is free, like if your butterfly moves just fine and it doesn't do anything, you tried moving that and your throttle does not go down, your RPMs, then you should definitely pull this cover off. It'll be in the motor. You can actually look at this one right here. Okay, so obviously you have your carburetor sitting here. I don't know where we put it, but it's right here. Okay, your carburetor is sitting right here. You can pull that off. You look down in there, and if you see nothing like this, then you can have some problems. What happened here is the bolts fell out of this plate, which go into here, and sadly that motor over there, which is his old motor, is now toast because it got those bolts down in there and it ate the cylinder head up. I can almost guarantee that's what happened. So anyway, this is how to video. Now you're going to replace this. If you lose these bolts, it's pretty easy. All you need to do is, once you get that air box off, don't act like this is on the motor. What you're going to do is take a 5/16. Don't try using vice grips or stuff. Okay, his battery just ran low. I'll use my flashlight.
sorry guys.
There we go. So you're going to do is 5/16. Don't use a pair of vice grips or channel locks. You will tear it up. I've done that in the past, and you can't get a nut on here and it'll mess it up. Just use a regular deep well. It'll fit right over it and you can pop them right off. There we go. Let's hold that there. Unscrew this. And that will be, like I said, act like this on your motor. It'll all come apart real easy. I promise. Alright, and you pull your gas on, your throttle off, and voila, you got a carburetor. So, what we gotta do now is we gotta get those two little screws off. Where this is, if you have a motor that doesn't have this, like this is broke off, you're normally going to go down in here with a pair of pliers and dig out this little plate. It'll be down in there somewhere, unless it went past it, which it shouldn't have because this is a different side. It should narrow out, but it could happen. Anyway, you're going to reach in there, grab that little plate, and you'll have to find yourself a replacement set of bolts, as we're doing right now. This is our parts carb. Get this gun to shoes. Grab a flat plate screwdriver. Is there one out here? Maybe not. I'll just grab another one.
Yeah, my battery's low, so. So I'm using this flashlight, so.
Battery on the phone.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Grab a fairly small screwdriver. Don't want to go too small because you will strip it. I've done that in the past too. Now, if you are, let's say you're mowing your lawn and this happens, if your mower just goes straight open, then kill your mower. Do not run it for any longer. Do not try restarting it. Don't try doing any of that. Verify, like I said, that your governor and stuff is all free. And if it is, check it. And if those bolts are missing, you just pull that little black housing off there and those bolts are missing, stop. Tear your carburetor off. Get that fixed. And if those bolts really are missing, you need to go further. Don't run your mower until you know everything's out. I know it sucks, but even though if it's no HV, you're going to have to get your cylinder head off and clean all those bolts remnants out, or else it will destroy your motor. Alright, I guess you don't need to take that off there. Alright, so then we got these two little screws. We're going to go ahead and put them in to the other carburetor.
And that's great.
You just tripped on black eye.
I just fell on my butt, dude. It's funny.
Okay, let's see. Got this nice little plate. The shot one's a little rusty. I probably should use the other one. But just to make sure it's the same carburetor or correct part. Let's use this one. Alright, so there's only one way this will go together. You always want to make sure that you're I'm not even getting it together right. Okay. Make sure you have that little flap there for your idle screw, or else that will mess it up. Okay. So now this goes together a certain direction too. Your bolts, you'll have these little tabs here, these little fins. Those are going to go on to the shaft side, and then those non-opposing ones without the tabs, those will have the bolts go through it. Or something like that. This can get kind of tricky. Like I said, it's better to have all this apart. I'm trying to do it all together, and it's in the dark, so it's kind of hard to do. So just drop that bolt. Yeah, sadly, Off-Road Black Murray drove the mower home using the kill switch, which is, you know, I would probably do it too if I was out in the middle of a trail. I sure wouldn't want to push the mower home, but as you can see, it cost him a motor. So, anyway, it's just my position on this dilemma. Okay, it should sit right in there. Gravity. Hopefully it'll be my friend today. Oh, I'm dumb. I just realized this is a magnetic screwdriver. Come on. I got that one started there. Do make sure this plate is seated well before you tighten these down, because there's just a little bit off, your throttle can stick, and that will cause internal damage to your motor if your throttle is stuck.
Yeah, rock can blow, anything can blow.
Flywheel can blow, and that's when you start hurting people.
Things scatters everywhere. It
was almost 2 years ago. Me and my friend here, we were out riding, and we'll just say he was playing around with his throttle, and that's back before we knew about pulley swapping.
Yeah,
and we were just revving it up to make it go faster. Which, do not do that, guys. Do it right. Go out and buy a $20 pulley. It'll save your motor. It'll save somebody around you if it's happened. And I was riding right beside him when it happened, and his motor blew, and I actually got oil on my hood. That's how close it was. The motor blew up on the starter side, which I've never seen happen. I've never seen it blow out the side the starter's on. It actually put a dent in the starter, and all the oil from it blew. It
actually blew a hole.
It blew a hole
by a starter, by the starter.
And it put a dent in the starter, which I thought
that was funny.
Anyway, it could have been bad for me. Like I said, I just got oil all over the hood. If I was further up, I would have got oil on me. But I could have had shrapnel from the motor blow on me. So, anyway, my point is, don't rev your motors up if they are not built. Don't do what we do. Don't run them ungoverned. I know there's a lot of people to do, and there's a lot of people to get away with it, like us. But there's things you gotta know when you are running ungoverned. And one of the
know how to control it.
I've learned that protects the motor ungoverned is you can run these high RPMs. I'm not going to. Why am I saying this? I'm telling you guys not to run ungoverned. I'm telling you how to ungovern it. Anyway, what I'm saying is, if you are running ungoverned, make sure you have load on the motor. If you're out just, let's say we had this thing in neutral and we were just redlining, holding throttle wide open. Guess what it's going to do? It's going to blow
all in the back. Because all in the back there.
Yeah, I want to see if it'll work like that, because your throttle is so stiff. Yeah, it's sticky. Alright.
But
anyway, with the motor under load, they seem to last longer. You really should hook your choke up, but for now, I'll be alright. I continue motor to not have to have a choke, I guess. It's up and out. tighten them screws down enough on that carburetor blade. I hope so.
Yep.
If not, we're going through another motor, right?
Yep.
Should be fine. Should be fine. It's alright.
I was supposed to get warm right here tonight, but it didn't.
Yeah, it's supposed to like 60 tomorrow, and it's like 20 right now.
But
What's up with that? Anyway, like I said, keep the motor on a load. I mean, that still doesn't excuse the possibilities of the flywheel blowing or an aluminum. Not these junk cast iron things. Okay, let's see again. Where did I put that other socket at? There it is. It fell. That's another thing we'll have to do for this mower eventually is we're going to have to build a circle for it, like mine, because that helped mine a lot of running power. These junk stock air filters that come with these motors, these things here, they really put a lot of drag on the motor, I've noticed. And then the oil system shoots right up into it and it clogs the filter up. It's a really poor design.
we gotta hook the oil up too.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, let's do it. I'm actually thinking about just letting that blow off to the side, but better not. It's alright.
We're gonna try to start this now. So hopefully you don't do nothing dumb and wide open like it did like the couple times we tried. So I guess I'll record and try to start this at the same time.
I want to see if everything.
So
You want me to hold?
you hold the camera.
You want me to hold the? Yeah, I gotta hold them all, don't I?
No, just hold the phone or your phone.
Alright, let's give some gas. Hang on, buddy. Hit the throttle a couple times. Make sure it's. Alright, I gotta get Phillips screwdriver a second too.
A little stiff, but got a little gas pedal, guys.
Okay. Make sure. Alright, buddy.
Okay.
One more time. Okay, you're good. Alright, give her a kick.
So
Let me give her some more idle. Okay, give her a little.
thanks for running, guys. That's how you do a how-to on a. But thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe.